Just another muffled VO. I begin tucking him into bed and he tells me, "Daddy, check for monsters under my bed." I look underneath for his amusement and see him, another him, under the bed, staring back at me, quivering and whispering, "Daddy, there's somebody on my bed." Gaggage. The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moment, though, when he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom hand. She wondered why she was casting two shadows. After all, there was only a single light. Bent reflection. The grinning face stared at me from the darkness beyond my bedroom window. I live on the 14th floor. Guz Taluz. There was a picture in my phone of me sleeping. I live alone. Mikey 75. They delivered the mannequins in bubble wrap. From the main room, I began to hear popping. Calamitosity. She asked why I was breathing so heavily. I wasn't. Madam, I'm Adam. You get home, tired after a long day's work and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. Scuppy. My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help. Storyteller Bob. I kiss my wife and daughter goodnight before I go to sleep. When I wake up, I'm in a padded room and the nurses tell me it was just a dream. The D-string. My wife woke me up last night to tell me there was an intruder in her house. She was murdered by an intruder 2 years ago. Scry 67. The last man on Earth sat alone in a room. There was a knock at the door. Kapicnic. I asked my mommy where the monsters under my bed went. "You're right here, sweetie," she replied. Grotesque penguin. Warm liquid splashed back at me as I aimed my new super soaker at my mother. As I looked down at the smoking barrel of the spray-painted revolver, I realized my father's true intentions when he gifted it to me and insisted I used it to prank my mother. Word emotional. I was watching a horror documentary based on a true story. You could imagine my surprise when it said the exact date of today. Red Hood Jason Toddstan. The lady at the gas station asked, "Sweetie, why are you dressing up for Halloween so early?" pointing at the mess of blood on me. Halloween? A Brick Wall 23. My mom visits me every day. I would visit her too, but the cemetery is never open. Dr. Leach. I was overjoyed when the new drugs finally made the man disappear. However, the lion did not, and now there's nobody to fight it anymore. Joel 0543. When the car salesman promised to sell me the car of my dreams, I was skeptical. When the brakes failed going 80 miles per hour on the highway, I realized he was telling the truth. Dr. R. Corby. As I walked down the aisle of our church, I could see my beloved in his best suit smiling next to our pastor. The undertaker really did a nice job, I thought, as I took my place next to his casket. Baron Bigley. Man, I once watched a girl get so high I couldn't understand a word she was saying. Eventually she jumped, smacking the pavement with such force one of her teeth hit me in the face from 15 feet away. Jot E1. I thought nothing of it when I opened the box I found by my front door, until I read the label. From Pandora. After the 4 men had their way with the woman who they found walking alone in the night, one of the men got curious and asked, "Why you out here so late? "We're doing social experiments to see if humans are worth saving or not," said the woman, right before vanishing in a beam of light that fell on her from the sky. Shadow Dragon. My roommate decided to go as a ghost to tonight's Halloween party. I just don't understand why I went to his room with a rope instead of a sheet. Lil Daz. During my plane flight, I looked out my window and I saw a flying man in red, blue, and white as his eyes began to glow. Lori Extraordinary. When I wake up, I get a fresh new face. Whoever keeps on doing this, please stop. Generic Spider. Once they realize you know what's best for them, they'll let you mold them into the person they're meant to be, he said. I was a bit worried about the ethics of what we were doing, but I knew he'd never lead me astray. The Real Tinfoil 666. I suppose many trick-or-treaters might be creeped out by the many little kids in my front hall, but it took me so many years to catch and stuff them, there was no way I was not going to show them off on Tuesday night. Stressed Afraid. My husband and I watched our daughter play in the park. We knew she was the perfect one to take home. Baron Bigley. The last thing I remember is the sound of the stool hitting the floor, and then I woke up surrounded by my family. All my deceased relatives stood there, my grandfather shaking his head as he said, "We just wanted to let you know we are so disappointed in you," before they faded away and darkness consumed me. Thank you, brave souls, for joining us on this roller coaster of fear and suspense in the world of black, scary stories. We've tiptoed along the precipice of horror, peering into the abyss with stories that, though short, have left us with lingering shivers. Remember, sometimes the briefest moments can house the greatest terrors. Until next time, keep your lights on and your senses alert, for you never know what may be lurking just around the corner.